The lion's share of the state's tax revenue goes to Connecticut cities, while the towns remain highly dependent on property tax. What, if anything, could the legislature do to fix this?
The lion's share does go to the cities. For every dollar Monroe sends to Hartford, we get back between 9 and 21 cents. For every dollar that Bridgeport sends to Hartford, they get over $6 back. That is, crime. The fact of the matter is, how can we change that? We can start voting Republican. The reason why that occurs is because the cities have a 5-to-1 representation, and they're all Democrats. It's a Democrat majority that is forcing those formulas to be unfair to our small cities. But I did fight to make sure that there was no harm done to Monroe and Newtown, and that we got at least 2% increase.
Can somebody get back to something like that? Thank you. Same question to Ms. Miller.
Well, number one, again, don't let my opponents scare you with the cities, because our cities are falling apart. Property tax is highest in the cities. The education is the worst in the cities. The population is the highest in the cities. They're getting more money back because they're bigger and they have more problems. Does any of you here want to trade their property taxes for what Bridgeport pays or the school system? I don't think so. Again, the suburbs control the legislature, not the big cities. And also, my opponent sat here on the stage and proposed that all children get good education. I suspect she also means all children in Bridgeport as well as Monroe. And in order to do that, I know the problems that we're facing. And while our school systems have some problems, they're not near the problems that some of the big cities have. I would not want to trade our life for some of the problems in the big cities. So every time my opponent brings that up, I wonder a little bit what she's talking about.
Thank you. As you can hear from my opponent, she is sympathetic to the issues of Bridgeport. Why wouldn't she be? She's been a paid lobbyist by the city of Bridgeport, and she'll continue to be a lobbyist for Bridgeport. I want you to know, every day I fight for you in Hartford to make sure that we get our fair share. Those mandates that she talks about, those are imposed on us by the majority. For 32 years in the state of Connecticut, the Democrats have had the majority.
Thank you. That's time. Rebuttal?
Yes. Number one, I was a liaison for Bridgeport. I'm surprised my opponent doesn't know the difference. I work for the taxpayers. I was paid, and I'm proud of the job because I did it well. Otherwise, my opponent wouldn't keep bringing it up. I left that job because I was in Hartford and I saw the way Monroe and Newtown were being represented. We were being represented ineffective. I will work hard for the community where I live, my neighbors live, and my children go to school, and I will be just as good as it in Monroe as my opponent seems fearful of, and the way I work in Bridgeport.